You're in a political court. Your rival wants to know where to strike. You casually mention that your queen betrayed your trust. Boom. Now they have their angle. They use it to break your focus. Push that crack until your whole kingdom collapses. Sound dramatic? It's not. It happens every day, in companies, in friend groups, on social media. Your emotional chaos becomes the thing people use to define your strength. Not your wins, not your vision, your drama. You become the broken lover, the betrayed partner, the one who's going through something. They won't say it to your face, but they'll think it, and they'll treat you accordingly. Here's the rule. If it bleeds, don't post it. If it hurts, don't parade it. If it's sacred, protect it. Because what you expose emotionally will be used strategically. Let me say that again. What you expose emotionally will be used strategically. And most of the time, not by your enemies, but by your spectators. People love watching you break. Not because they hate you, but because it makes them feel better about themselves. Now flip the script. You keep your chaos private. You never talk about your conflicts. You show up stable, clear, controlled. What happens? People assume strength. They assume control. They see no cracks, so they respect you more. Even if your relationship is hell behind the scenes, your silence becomes your power. Control the narrative or be owned by it. 5. Never share your family problems. You think telling people about your family problems makes you honest? You think being open about your childhood trauma, your father's absence, will make them understand you? No, it makes them judge you. People don't care. They gossip. Say it again. People don't care. They consume your pain like entertainment. Because when you share your family problems, you think you're getting support. But what you're really giving them is a story. And people love a story, especially one that makes you look weak. Here's the law. Never reveal your family problems, ever. I don't care if it's your coworkers, your social media followers, even some so-called friends. Keep it locked, because most people don't care, and the ones who pretend to, they gossip. Here's the brutal truth. When you reveal the chaos inside your home, you strip yourself of dignity outside of it. People don't separate you from your family. They project the dysfunction onto you. They'll say things like, "No wonder he's like that." They'll act sympathetic, then screenshot your breakdown, then serve it as a joke at the next dinner party. Why? Because your pain feeds their ego. It gives them someone to feel superior to, someone to talk about when their lives are boring, someone to dissect when they need a distraction from their own mess. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." When you overshare family drama, you lose both. You're not feared, you're not loved, you're pitied, and pity kills respect. When they pity you, they don't follow you, they don't admire you, they don't listen when you speak, because they've already placed you beneath them. Your trauma becomes your label, not your strength, not your growth, just your label. Let me paint a real-life scenario. You're at work. A colleague asks about your weekend. You let your guard down. "My dad left again. It's always been like that. My mom cried all day. I'm exhausted." You think you're opening up, but all they hear is unstable, distracted, weak. They'll never say it to your face, but the next time there's a promotion, a high-stakes assignment, a leadership role, they'll pause. Because subconsciously, they don't trust your foundation. Your emotional scars are sacred. Not everyone deserves to see them. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius understood this. He wrote, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes on the color of your thoughts." If your mind is focused on reliving dysfunction, your energy carries dysfunction. And people feel it. So what should you do? Heal in silence. Build in silence. And when you rise, let them see strength, not the storm you came from. Your story is yours. It's not public property. It's not their entertainment. Think about your lowest moments with your family. Maybe your parents betrayed each other. Maybe you were raised in chaos. Maybe there's trauma, abuse, violence, addiction. Now picture telling that to someone who hasn't earned your trust. What do they really do with that info? They don't give you therapy. They give it legs. They repeat it. They share it as concern, but it's judgment wrapped in sympathy. When you succeed, they'll drag your family pain into it. They'll say you got lucky. They'll say you're unstable underneath. And when you fail, they'll say they saw it coming. You lose both ways, so protect your peace. Because once you put your family problems on display, you lose control of the narrative. And in this world, the narrative is power. The next time your name comes up, it's not your success they mention. It's your dysfunction. Yeah, he's doing well, but you know his dad's a drunk, right? She's smart, but her family's a mess. They come from chaos. Don't trust it. Respect, gone. If this hits hard, drop this in the comments. My silence protects my story. Because from today, you don't bleed where vultures fly. You speak with results, and you never hand your scars to strangers. 6. Never share your long-term goals. I'm not talking about your next vacation. I'm talking about that empire you're trying to build. The business, the version of you no one's seen yet. That vision, keep it sacred, keep it private. You ever wonder why some people never get anywhere, even when they have big dreams? Because they talked too much. You have a vision, then you told someone, they clapped. You felt good, and that was the beginning of the end. Most people mistake talking about success for actually building it. If they don't know what you're building, they can't block it. If they don't know how far you want to go, they can't trap you in place. If they don't know who you're becoming, they can't stop it. Keep them in the dark while you become the storm. Let me hit you with a brutal truth. Most people don't want you to win long term. They want you to improve a little, but not too much. They want you to do well, but not better than them. They'll support you until your growth threatens their self-worth. You ever notice that? You start a side hustle and people say, "Why don't you focus on your job instead?" You start investing in yourself and they ask, "Who do you think you are?" You set a 5-year plan and they laugh.